Well, hi YouTubers, hi, I'm back with the 6 Month City Books, and this is also the first video I'm doing with my brand new phone. I've got Xperia 10, so because my lovely old my Samsung Galaxy A3 was just gone, and I love that phone, but this is the first video I'm trying out, so hopefully it works out fine. And this is the book, and I loved it. Finally, I've read a book I absolutely adored. It is the 9th of May, weather is miserable out there, I can't believe it, it's almost 3 o'clock and weather looks like that. So, here we go. Enter a world of treachery and danger. Stravaganza, City of Masks by Mary Hoffman. Okay, here we go. Lucian launched himself at a startled assassin and, catching him off balance, wrenched his dagger out of his hand. One moment Lucian is in this world. The next moment he is transported to 16th century Italia. A world that is awash with deception, intrigue, treachery and glamour, all thrillingly spiced with danger. In a spine-tingling and dramatic revelation, Lucian discovered he is in fact a Stravagant, someone who, with the help of a talisman, can transport himself in time and place. But that is not all. In Italia, it appears that Lucian alone can save the city of Bellezza from disaster. Now there are 4 books in the sequence. There's a fifth one, sorry. Okay, City of Mars, City of Stars, City of Flowers, and City of Secrets. There's also another one as well. Okay, and I absolutely love this book. And this book came out in 2002. Okay, and yet I think I've glanced at it, but how come is it all the other kind of books that went mainstream, but fantasy and action and romance and adventure, this is not on anyone's like tongue at all? It's a shame because this is such a great book. Admittedly, I got it in the charity shop. Okay, fine, I got the All the charity shop. But this book I recommend to everyone because it's so good. It's the first book I've read in ages that has really kind of thrown me into this fantastic fantasy world. And let me just, this is how it opens, okay? Right, starts off not with Lucian, okay? It starts off with chapter 1 of Magwood with the Sea, okay? And we meet Ariana, okay? Just this depth of detail. Light streamed onto the Duchess's satin bed covers as her serving woman flung open the shutters. "It's a beautiful day, Your Grace," said the young woman, adjusting her mask of green sequins. "It's always a beautiful day on the lagoon," said the Duchess, sitting up and letting her maid put a wrapper around her shoulders and hand her a cup of hot chocolate. She was wearing her night mask of black silk. She looked closely at the young woman. "You're new, aren't you?" "Yes, Your Grace," she curtsied. "If I may say so, what an honour it is to be serving you on this day." Straight away, we're into this adventure. Every woman in this world, okay, upon their 16th birthday, has to wear a mask. They have to wear masks. They have to hide their beauty. And Ariana, who you meet coming up, she's not at that point yet, but she soon will be. It's kind of like this Duchessa has this kind of totalitarian system. Women must hide their faces. All women, by the way, all women have to hide their faces. And that is the kind of world. Now, Ariana wants to become a gondola, okay, which is only for men, but she wants to apply for one. And then Lucian, let me introduce you to Lucian, okay? Lucian is battling cancer, so he's been off school for a while, okay? And this is Lucian. I didn't mention that he wasn't well enough to go to school. It was true that he didn't mind too much about the hair. What bothered him was the tiredness. It wasn't like anything he'd ever felt before. It wasn't like being knackered after a good game of football, swimming 50 lengths. It had been a long time since he'd been able to do either of those. It was like having custard in your veins instead of blood, like getting exhausted just trying to sit up in bed, like drinking half a cup of tea and finding it as difficult as climbing Everest. Lucian has leukemia, but when he's transported after this talisman, which is a notebook his father gives him, to this world, Italia, it's gone, it's healthy. So the thing is, Lucian is kind of thrown in this mystical adventure, okay, of intrigue and danger. But the thing is, in one world he's dying and the other world he's healthy. Which world does he pick? And no spoilers here, no spoilers, but I've got to admit the ending, I can see it coming. I still shed a tear because Lucian is also an only child, okay. So Lucian is given this notebook by his father, who's very to Venice, okay. And then from this notebook is transported into this world, and literally he wakes up there with hair and he's healthy, and it's called Luciano. And it is just the detail of both worlds. I mean, Mary Hoffman has taken Venice, which I've never been to. I've been to Italy, I've been to Naples, I've been to Pompeii, but Venice is on my list. She's took Venice and she's given it like this fantastical realm. But the thing is with being a Stravangate, okay, if it's pronouncing that, I do apologise, is people have come through and brought information. They've brought like science, they brought technology, which has been adapted. But if you can imagine, the last person to go through the Stravangate, okay, was 17th century, so he actually is still there, and he talks like he talks like a bad Shakespearean actor. He talks like a bad Shakespearean actor, okay. But the thing is, imagine in that time, technology is pretty much stalled. No, there's nothing new. Everything kind of bogged in a own kind of myth and mythology. But the detail of this world. I mean, this bit, and also it's a very, very, very male-dominated society. This is a bit where Ariana and Lucian meet. Here you go. This is after the Duchess. She has this thing called a Magwood with the Sea. But what she does is she hires a pretty girl from like the village, dresses up as the Duchess, and the girl jumps in. There you go. Married with the Sea. It's all about tradition, okay? But this is shortly after. This is page 39. Let's quickly throw you into this. Is someone in charge of? Hold on, said Lucian. This is when he's arrived. What is a mandolier? Someone in charge of a mandala, of course, said the girl impatiently. The Duchess chooses the best-looking ones, and then the fortunes are made. And never knows what she does with the very handsomest. She's looking at him expectantly. Lucian felt as she had ever since he met her. He had no idea what she wanted him to say. How does that involve you? She asked cautiously. Put himself forward, she says. Put himself forward, she says. What man does a male? Don't you think that's wrong? I'm just like tall, strong as any boy my age. Stronger if they are like you. And contented to glance at Lucian's build, and good to look at. If that what matters. There you go. So the Duchessa, it's weird because it's a male-dominated society, if you will, okay? But when your lead figure is female, the Duchess herself is a bit of a hypocrite. She has all these powers to actually change these rules, but she actually just doesn't care. The Duchessa is an absolute hypocrite and a bit of a bitch as well. So, yeah, it's that level of detail. But the thing is, it contrasts this life in Bellezza with Lucian's life at home where he's actually dying in Italy. But little bits about this kind of remind you of how his life is and the fact is, yeah, he is dying, but this bit here. So it wasn't Bellezza. Lucian wasn't toward the city of his dreams hadn't been sinking, though he didn't know how he knew it. Bellezza wasn't like a doomed city house it could be. Bustling, prosperous, full of its own importance, and he couldn't see the Duchessa from the little we knew of her, letting the sea take the city from her. Are you interested in Venice? Asked Dad. I could get you some books from the library. Lucian nodded and wrote, Have you ever been there? Lucian looked a little embarrassed. Only once before I met your mum. Did you visit any of the islands? He wrote. Dad looked mildly. How did you know about the islands? I don't think I mentioned them. Yes, we went to them. I mean, I did. The ones where they make the glass, and the ones where all the houses are painted different colours, and the ones with the old cathedral and the gold mosaics. Turin, wrote Lucian. Thought that was a bit of sticky sweet, said Dad, puzzled. It's a name like that. I bet get you those books. Basically, parallel worlds. Mary Hoffman sets up parallel worlds brilliantly. Absolutely brilliantly. Now the thing is, I don't want to throw you into this, but my favourite bits was when Lucian went to Italy himself, even though he's terminally ill. His parents took him to Italy, like for a last holiday, if you will. And it's weird because it feels like Bellezza and Venice are kind of connecting and interlapping with each other. So you can imagine these worlds running simultaneously but different points at different times. And this bit here. Lucian's parents took him to the coffee bar in the Doge's Palace. It was place worthy of Bellezza, where you could watch gondolas skimming past the windows while drinking your cappuccino. The American tourists are showing them where it was before going back to finish their tour. And what was that about? Asked Dad, when they were sitting down with the frothy coffees and hard little almond biscuits. I think it was all the heat in those people, said Lucian. I suddenly felt claustrophobic, but he knew a bit more than that. For now, he had to convince his parents that he was completely well and didn't need to be taken back to the hotel. Lucian wondered how long it would take if he recovered from his cancer, if his parents stopped treating him like a piece of Mandela glass. But he always had that haunted, anxious look every time he sneezed or yawned. What about if he didn't get better? Lucian didn't mind being an only child. Now he longed for Sydney to take from him the pressure of being a sole vessel for the parental love. I know what Ariana feels. Yeah, now this book is so good, with such richly detailed and developed people, and absolutely. But there's one character here I absolutely loved, called Denrich. Okay, because Denrich is the guy from the medieval times who went to Stravaganza, which now time would be like 400 years ago. Okay, and stayed. And just the way he talks. Denrich told them on the day of his first planned extravaganza, on the day he was trying to make gold, 5052, 25 years ago according to Belizean history. It was 425 years behind Lucian's time. As the gateway between worlds behaved consistently, 1 year in Talia equaled the 17 in Lucian's world. But that was the trouble, the gateway didn't behave consistently. During the period of Lucian's visits, the dates had matched 1-to-1 in the two worlds. But at other times, the difference between one and the other had been accelerated, and it was impossible to tell when that would happen again. Even if I go away for a week and don't visit Valencia, Lucina reasoned, I should be back here in a week at the most. But I never really knew when this would happen. I am willing to go, said Dendrith, if you will help the boy. You see what I mean? That's Dendridge. That is Dendridge. Then we must find another way, said Dendridge. Yeah, he talks like a poor crappy Shakespearean actor, and I absolutely loved him. So, Mary Hoffman has created and this saga, this sequence of this rich, detailed world. And the thing is, with Lucian being terminally ill, the stakes for him are much higher, because if he stays in our world, he will most likely die. And if he stays in Valencia, he will survive. Or Talia, he will live, but never see his family again. What side do you choose? What side do you choose? And the last chapters I won't ruin, but it is fast paced, it is well actioned, it is tense, it is well drawn out, and this is such a great book. And to be absolutely honest, fantasy, especially young adult fantasy, for the last several years now has been pretty much a female dominated sphere. Female characters fantastic. Hey, you got the Hunger Games, you got books like that. I have no complaints about that. But sometimes it's really, really good to read a fantasy novel, young adult fantasy novel, with a male protagonist. In the actual sequence, okay, it looks mixed, okay. This is City of Masks. This one is a girl, then it looks like a girl, and then it looks like a boy. And the fifth one I got absolutely no idea. So, because I haven't looked that far yet. I actually have that one, by the way. So, the one following City of Secrets, I've got no idea. So, I will be reviewing all of these, not in like sequence, okay, because I've got another book to do right now. But this book I recommend. And to Mary Hoffman, it is such a great book. It is detailed, and the colours and the way that Talia is described, I absolutely adored. So, recommending. If you haven't read it, it came out 2002. It took me this long to read it. City of Masks. And one thing I loved is this. Even though this book came out in 2002, it's still very relevant. It hasn't really aged at all when it comes to the dialogue. So, sign off here. 6 months, 60 books, and sign off. And bye now.